All right, what we have today here is any shop's ideal customer, and by that I mean the instructions are put everything that you can possibly put, budget no issue. Ayos, di ba? If only we do other off-road stuff like suspension, wheels, tires, then of course that'll be better, but we're going to be focusing mostly on engine performance, which is what we do best. We'll be installing, well, apparently here's the list, pretty long. So we'll be installing a full 3H exhaust, front mount intercooler. Oh, by the way, this is a 2.5 liter V&T Fortuner, so it's a 2015, one of the last ones that came out before the new Fortuner. So yeah, full exhaust, intercooler, blow-off valve, K&N intake, ECU remap, alcohol injection, set of KYB new SR shocks for that better ride. Oh, by the way, he's not taking this car off-road, he just wants a fast car to drive on the city. So no off-road stuff, no mud tires, no bumper, no snorkel, no nothing. So hence why we're going to go with a KYB new SR shock, Tein Springs for this one. And then while we're at it, he also wants some forma. And that's why we're going to be doing forged carbon hood, we're going to be doing forged carbon grille, TRD forged carbon spoiler, and side mirror cover also in forged carbon. So Fortuner all. Alright, we're going to take out the stock exhaust, and then their stock exhaust actually starts from here, this part here. This is the turbo, because there's some people who actually have no idea if their Fortuner is turbocharged or not. I shit you not. I do get questions like, pwede ba i-turbocharge yung Fortuner? Ano yan, gas o diesel? Diesel. Boss, may turbo na yan. Ah, ganun ba? My gula, do you not read the brochure before you buy the car? Anyway, this is the turbo right here. This is the turbo manifold. And another question that I keep seeing every single time in every single diesel forum is, boss, nangangalawang, normal ba yan? Yes, that is 1000% normal. And no, it is not a problem. And no, it will not fall apart. You're gonna be dead. Your kids will be dead. 1,000 years later, your descendants will be dead. That cast iron manifold is still a cast iron manifold. It will not rust away. And no, we cannot change this design into something, well, ideally what we want to happen for an engine like this is that we want all four runners here. So from the four cylinders here, we want it all to be an equal length design. So when the exhaust gases come out, it comes in equal length. Because this right now is what is termed a log manifold, because it looks like a log of wood. And as you can see, it's offsetted to one side here. But this is the only way that it can be done for the stock turbo location. Yes, we have seen and we have done it also, equal length manifold, but it has to relocate the turbo up here. So this hose will be gone, and if we relocate the turbo up here, it will not fit anymore the stock intake, and it will not fit anymore the stock exhaust. So most of the people who actually have, or the things that you see on the internet where the turbo is mounted up high here, that is always an aftermarket upgraded turbo. And a lot of things have been changed already. Most likely the intake's been changed, and definitely will require a custom downpipe, because the downpipe here is a triangle flange like that. Most aftermarket that has 3 holes. Most aftermarket turbos have I call it a peanut shaped flange that has 4 holes. So if you're gonna go that route, might as well just custom everything. But for our build here, we want to keep the stock turbo, and that's why this turbo manifold is not changed anymore. There's nothing to be changed it to. Alright, we have the stock exhaust removed, and this is all of it. These 3 parts here. So this is the stock downpipe. As you can see, it's a convoluted little piece that's kind of ugly and squished here. Then this attached to the turbo. This goes all the way back down. That is actually a catalytic converter, but there's no See if there's really stuff inside here. Sometimes there is nothing in here. Okay, yeah. So it's really a catalytic converter because sometimes, or especially on the Mitsubishis, walang laman to. It's fake actually. So this one's real. Yeah. This is the muffler section. This attaches like this, so. Then this rear piece goes like that here. So as you can see, the stock size actually has 3 different piping sizes. This is 2.5, there's 2.5, there's 2 1/4 there, then there's 2.5 again there, and this one here is about 2 1/4 inches also. This leg here restricts down to 2 inches. So that's why we're going to be changing it to a full 3-inch stainless steel exhaust. That is the size to make power. Alright, this is the exhaust that we're going to be putting on the Fortuner all, and it consists of the parts here from the turbo all the way up to the back. So it's this entire thing. This is a full exhaust for a diesel, and no, your diesel car does not have any headers, and you have an turbo manifold, and that one we don't change anymore because number one, you can't change it to a better design than whatever stock is. So with that out of the way, this is the part where it starts. The turbo sits here. This whole thing here is the downpipe. This next section here, from here up to there, it's called the cat back because it's back of the catalytic converter, even though the car has no catalytic converter. The muffler is here in the middle of the car because the rear wheels are here, and that's where the end goes, and then there is a shiny stainless tip at the back. So we'll be using Magnaflow for this Fortuner because this is a bit quieter than the usual Borla that we use, and di na rin bata yung may-ari, so he doesn't want that much more noise. At idle and at around cruising 1518 RPM, sound is pretty much stopped, and of course it will be a bit louder as you step on the pedal more and go higher in the RPM range. So, and the correct size for all of this is 3 inches from the turbo all the way to the back. It has to be 3 inches, not 2.5, not 2. So if you go to an exhaust shop that's selling you a 2.5-inch exhaust, walk away because number one, they're stupid. Number two, they're dumb. Number three, they don't know how performance works. And I'll tell you why 2.5 is not the correct size, because 2.5 is already the same size as what is installed in stock. So you're changing the pipe with a similarly sized pipe. How in the world do you expect that to have any power increase? The logic is pretty simple. And there are other brands of exhaust out there that also give no power. HKS is one of them. It replaces your stock 2.5-inch pipe with also a 2.5-inch pipe. So no, the only thing that you're buying there is the name HKS, but gives you absolutely zero performance, which frankly is also stupid. Gumastos ka na walang nilakas yung kotse. Yeah, stupidity. If you own a Fortuner or know people who own a Fortuner, definitely their number one complaint is matagtag yung kotse. When you drive, it actually goes like this, and there is a reason why that is. Let's dive into a little bit of history lesson first. When Toyota came out with the IMV platform, it's an integrated motor vehicle platform, more than 15 years ago, they did it with the intention of having one common underpinning, so one common platform, several different cars. And that resulted in, we have the Innova, we have the Hilux, we have the Fortuner, we have the Prado, we have the FJ Cruiser, we have the Tacoma in the US, and 4Runner. So one single platform, common chassis, spawns 7 different cars. And this same chassis has to be capable of, first and foremost, it is a sport utility vehicle. and it's a pickup. So the assumption of the designers is that you will use it for work, meaning lalagyan mo ng hollow block, you'll put gravel, sand, wood, rice, grass, grain, it doesn't matter. So the suspension has to be stiff enough to hold all that extra weight. Because if you have very, very soft suspension at the back, happens is you put the weight and it'll just sag like that, and that's no good. So that's why also with the Fortuner, the assumption is that when you buy a 7-seater car like this, you will seat 7 people. But obviously that doesn't happen. It's just you and your girlfriend and the dog or kids. That's it. The reason why it's matagtag is once again because it is meant to be used. Here's an experiment you guys can try at home. You put 3 sacks of rice at the back of the Fortuner. Gaganda yung ride ka agad. Guaranteed. So that's the reason why the suspension is stiff. And of course, what the aftermarket does is we listen. Well, the companies do. That's why we have things like this. An aftermarket shock from KYB called the KYB New SR, which is softer than stock. So we will be replacing this with our Fortuner stock shock absorber, and give or take, this thing will give you about 12-15% better ride quality. And no, there is nothing on the entire universe that will make your Fortuner ride like a Benz. So, no. 15% is probably the most that you'll get. Not even 20%, no. You really can't basically change the inherent design of what the thing is supposed to be used for. And it's really like that. You can only do so much. But on the flip side of it, 15% better ride is better than stock. We'll also be installing a set of these Tein lowering springs for the Fortuner. No, these will not contribute in any way to ride quality. No, it will still be matagtag if you just change this one. All these do is to lower the car by about 2 inches. That's it. You don't change it because you want better ride quality. You change it because you want the car to look better. And as a consequence, unless you corner a little bit better too, but that you'll never really find out unless you take the Fortuner to the racetrack, which you're not gonna do anyway. So the combination of our new SR and Tein lowering springs will give us slightly better ride quality over stock and the good looks that go along with it. We will be changing the wheels also, but for now we're still sticking with the 17-inch wheels. The owner is still shopping for 18-inch wheels, so yeah, looks better. That's it.